Books. What is the truth behind the book? Is it just a simple story? Maybe adventures? Or just some simple factoids about life itself? Books are like people. Sometimes just by looking the cover of a book, you cannot truly know what this book is about, or what kind of things you're gonna learn, or even discover with that book. Just because you look at the cover. But when you take the time to open the book and start to read what's inside of it, you start to learn a little bit more about that person or about the book because you got interested in what's inside. That's the same way with people. If you just judge people by the cover, you will never know what's inside, what kind of story, what kind of adventure that book can bring you. In the end, you block yourself from an opportunity to be able to learn something new, or either learn something about your own self, even. Just because you decide to either ignore that book, or because you decide to read it and don't like what you read. I know that what I just said doesn't make that much sense. But when you think about it, every people around the world are the same. The differences are what we decide to do with our life. For an example, you are a great athlete. You work your way around the corner of every situation to bring back your physical prowess to their fullest, to be able to stay the best at the sport that you decide to practice. That's determination. That's who you are. Part of your personality that bring you to your adventure, to your path, to what your book will talk about you. But if you don't decide to read the book, but just decide that because of the cover, it's for you, and then you take that book with you, and with time you discover that what's inside you don't like, what you do? You return the book to the library where you find it? You just leave it on bench for somebody else to find it and probably one day like it better than you did? Or you decide to burn the book, make it disappear away from your life. So one day maybe someone will find the remainings of that book and bring it back to life again, so somebody else can enjoy it. People are like books. Once I told that people, personality of people were like presents. Even if the wrapping of the presents is not as good as you would hope it would be, maybe what's inside of the present was worth it anyways. Just because you decide to open it and check inside. People work the same way. Once again, with the personality and all that. It brings us to another aspect of ourselves, of what we are, who we are. Plus, the fact is that sometimes with the different flaws that we have, we're still perfect in the inside. Our story will interest someone. Our personality would reflect and match with someone else. All that to bring to the end a perfect ending in the end. But there's one thing that we all have to remember and focus on. That even if a book is not as beautiful as it's supposed to be, or damaged even though, it's still worth a shot to look inside of the book and to read it. That's how I think things should go. And I think other people should sometimes try to read the book even though they don't seem to be interested by it. And even sometimes, by being able to read it, even though you like the story, you're gonna find things that gonna make you think and reflect yourself by that character inside of the book. And one day you're gonna find something inside of that book that you didn't expect. Darkness, sorrow, pain, and just little glimpse of life and light, hope and joy. Personally, I don't think that people will one day understand the true meaning and how things goes and work around the world. Just because we decide to close the book before even starting to read it. We open it up in any page, start to read, but we don't understand everything because we don't understand ourselves. And because in the end we're not able to understand the pain that these people go through. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand the message I was trying to pass. And I'm sorry if some of you who watch this video don't actually understand the entire process or idea behind that video. I was just trying to make sure to pass a message, and for those of you who understand it, you're welcome. For the others, keep trying to find your book, and maybe one day you will find it, or it will find you. Thank you. Have a nice evening.